Silas Maths.
The best place to learn mathematics.
Hello, welcome back to class. My name is Mr. Silas, and today we are going to be looking at a problem on the board on Math Olympiad. It's a question from Math Olympiad, and it's under exponential. So the question reads that we should find x given this expression over here. Okay, before we go ahead and solve that, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do well to subscribe and turn on the notification bell as well. All right, without wasting much time, let's delve into this. Okay, solution. So what do I do? First, I will have to prime factorize these numbers. Okay, if I prime factorize 8, I'm going to have 8 to be written as 2 to the power of 3, okay, or to the power of what? X. Prime factorizing 27, I'm going to have 27 to be 3 to the power of what? 3, or to the power of what? X. All over. Then if I prime factorize 12, 12 is going to give me 2 to the power of 2 times 3 to the power of 1, or to the power of what? X. Then plus prime factorizing 18, I'm going to have 2 to the power of 1 times 3 to the power of what? 2, or to the power of x equal to 7 over 6. Yes, when I prime factorize this, that's what I'm going to have. Okay, that is to say that 12 is something as 4 times 3, and this is 4 times 3 because 2 to the power of 2 is 4. 4 times 3 will give us 12. The same thing with this. 18 is something as 9 times 2, and this is 9. 3 to the power of 2 is 9. So 9 times 2 will give us what? 18. That is it. So what's the next step? Let's go ahead and express this further. So this is going to give me, for this I can swap their powers, or I can express them in this form by saying that this is something as 2 to the power of 3x plus 3 to the power of what? 3x all over. Then for this, the denominator, remember the power to power law, if you recall, and whenever we have product power law, we have two numbers multiplying and raised to power another power. Okay, what are we going to do? This power will multiply the power of this one, and as well multiply the power of this one. So that will give me x times 2 is going to give me what? 2 to the power of what? 2x. Then for this, times 3 to the power of what? X. That is for this expression. And for the other expression over here, I'm going to have 2 to the power of what? X. That is x times 1. Then x times 2 is going to give us dot what? 3 to the power of what? 2x. All equal to what? 7 over what? 6. Yes. Now we're going to do something over here. For this, I can write this expression by saying that this is the same thing as 2 to the power of what? X, or to the power of 3. Why this one over here is going to be the same thing as 3 to the power of x, or to the power of what? 3. Yes, that is it. So if that is the case, I can say also equal to this. Now for this expression here, I can say that this is something as what? 2 to the power of what? X, or to the power of what? 2 dot 3 to the power of what? X. Then for this expression here, I'm going to have 2 to the power of x dot 3 to the power of what? X, or to the power of what? Or to the power of 2. That is, I'm applying the product power law by factorizing. By factoring out this times this is going to give us this, right? Yes. While 2 times this one also will give us this. So we've not done any changes to the problem, all equal to what? 7 over what? 8. Now going further, I want to simplify this, and I cannot be working with all these 2 to the power of x and the rest of them. So I can say let 2 to the power of x be equal to what? A. Okay, so that we'll be able to work with just simple variable. Then y 3 to the power of x equal to what? B. So let's work with these variables by replacing. So anywhere I see 2 to the power of x, I will replace it with what? A. And anywhere I see 3 to the power of x, I will replace it with what? B. So in doing that in this equation here, I'm going to have, replacing this with a, I will have I'll have a to the power of 3 plus, replacing this with b, I'll have what? B to the power of what? 3, all over, replacing this with what? A, I will have a to the power of what? 2. Then this is my b, plus, then 2 to the power of what? X is a, so I have a, then 3 to the power of x all power 2 is going to give me b to the power of what? 2, equal to what? 7 over 6. Okay, now we have compressed the equation now. So you will recall for perfect cube, okay, recall that when we have a perfect cube like this, let's say x raised to the power of 3, y raised to the power of 3, this can be expressed in this form. It can be expressed in this form. Okay, let me write it this way: x to the power of 3 plus y to the power of 3, which is a perfect cube. I can express it in this way by saying that this is x plus y, close bracket, x squared minus xy plus y squared. So this, if I expand this this problem here, this product, if I expand it, I'm going to get this. So that is to say that perfect cube is equal to this. All right, so the same thing now, we are going to apply this to this. That is to say that a to the power of 3 plus b to the power of 3 can be expressed in this way: a plus b bracket a to the power of 2 minus ab plus b square, right? So that is to say everything here at the numerator becomes this. So by substitution, I will have this to become, the whole of this will now be at the numerator, that is a plus b, close bracket, a square minus ab plus b square, all over the denominator. I have a square b plus ab square equal to what? 7 over 6. Yes, now let's take a look at, let's observe this this equation here. We can factor out something here. Something is common to this and this, and that is what? AB is here and AB is here. So factoring that out, I'm going to have what? A plus b, a square minus ab plus b square, all over. So let's factor ab out. Factor ab out. What will be left here? If I take away ab here, what will be left here is a. Take away ab here, what will be left here is what? B, equal to what? 7 over 6. So at this point, you can see that this and this are common term and they can cancel out. So if this cancel out this, what I have left is equal to what? A square minus ab plus b square, all over what? AB, equal to what? 7 over 6. Yes, our problem is gradually coming to an end. Now let's go ahead and then cross multiply this equation. Cross multiplying, we are going to have 6 multiply everything here, while 7 multiply this. So if that is the case, I'm going to have 6 multiplying everything here. I'm going to have 6 times a square minus ab plus b square, okay, b square, close bracket, equal to what? 7 multiplying what? 7 times ab. So let's continue. Open that bracket. We are going to have 6a square minus 6ab plus 6b square equal to 7ab. So let's collect like terms. Every other thing cross over so that it will form a kind of a quadratic stuff. So we have 6a square minus 6ab. Crossing this one over, when it crosses over the equality sign, it becomes negative. So I have minus 7ab plus what? 6b square equal to what? 0. Okay, so and that will give us 6a square. This is give us minus 13ab. Then I have plus 6b square equal to what? 0. Now my aim is to solve this thing quadratically, and to achieve that, I'm not going to have two variables having the power of 2, okay, because I need to have only one variable having the power of 2. So to eradicate this power, this b to the power of 2 here, so that it will form a simple quadratic equation, I will have to multiply through by 1 over b. So multiply through by 1 over b square. Beg your pardon, 1 over b square. So in doing that, I'm going to have 1 over b square. I'll multiply this first one. So 1 over b square times 6. I'm going to have 6a square over what? B square. Times the second one, I'm going to have 13ab over what? B square. Then the last one, I'm going to have this plus 6b square over b square all over 0 over what? B square. That is if I multiply through by that. So solving further, so what do I have? I'm going to have this, okay, so I'm going to have 6a over b for this one, a over b all square. I hope you agree with me that this is something as this. The power law, this power will go for the numerator and go for the denominator as well. So, and that will give me minus, you know, I have a b square here and I have 1b, so that will give me 13a over b for this one. And for this one, I have b will cancel out this b here, so I'm going to have what? 6 equal to what? 0. 0 divided by any number is 0. So at this point, I have formed what we call the quadratic equation. Recall that the quadratic equation is of this form. Recall that we have quadratic equation in this form: a x squared plus bx plus c equal to 0. Okay, that's a form of quadratic equation. You can see if you assume that this is just a single variable and this is a single variable, so this could be our x for this general form of quadratic equation, and this could also be form of x. So remember what we are solving for. We want to solve for the value of a over b now, so we can use the general quadratic formula. We state that when we want to solve for x, given this, that x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac all over what? 2a. Right, this will help us to solve this. So for this serves as our x. Okay, a over b serves as our x. So in doing that, we can say that a over b now, which is our x, is equal to minus, what is b in this equation? B in this equation is a coefficient of the variable that has the power of 1. Okay, so b here is what? Minus 13. So I have minus, then my b is minus what? 13. Okay, so we have minus 13, or we can actually list that out. Let's list them out before we solve. So we can say, using this expression, my b is equal to minus 13. So what's my a? A is the coefficient of this variable that has the power of what? 2. So my a is equal to what? 6. And my c is also equal to what? 6. That's a constant here. It's equal to 6. So applying that, I can say that a over b, all right, is now equal to what? So let's substitute. I have minus here, minus into bracket minus 13 plus or minus square root of what? Minus 13 all to the power of 2 minus 4 times a, that's 4 times 6 times 6. Okay, 4 times 6 times 6 all over 2 times 6. Yes, 2 times a is 2 times 6, and that will give us what? Minus minus will give me plus, so I have 13 plus or minus square root. Okay, let's go. Square root of bracket negative 13 is going to give us 169 minus 4 times 6 times 6 is going to give us 144 all over 2 times 6 is going to give us what? 12. So we are still solving. Okay, we are still solving. So I'm going to clean this side, so you take note of what we have done so far. So I'll clean this part of the board. All right, so continuing from there, we can say that our a over b is equal to what? 13 plus or minus root what? It's 169 minus that will give us 25 all over what? 12. which will give us what? 13 plus or minus square root of 25 is 5 all over what? 12. So that is to say that A over B is equal to what? 13 plus 5 over 12, or 13 minus 5 over what? 12. Okay, so if that is the case, so we can say that this is equal to what? 13 plus 5 is 18 over 12, or this minus this is going to give us 8 over 12. So solving further, reducing this into the simplest form, we can say that this is equal to 6 can divide both sides. 6 in 18 is 3, while 6 in this is 2. So we have this, or 4 can go 4 into this place will give me 2, while 4 into this place is going to give me 3. So that means A over B is equal to what? This. That is the value of A over B. But this is not what we're looking for. Remember, what we're looking for is what? X. So if we're looking for X, we recall that we said that 2 raised to power what? X is equal to A. Okay? And 3 raised to power X is equal to what? B. So if that is the case, we can say A over B is the same thing as what? 2, let's substitute that. 2 raised to power X over what? 3 raised to power what? X. Yes, because this is my A and this is my B. Okay, so if that is the case, we can say for case 1, we are going to have the value of X in 2 places. For first case is when A over B is equal to this. Okay, so when A over B is equal to 3 over 2, what is the value of X? So we can say that 2 to the power of X over 3 to the power of X is equal to what? For the first case, 3 over 2. But at this case, we will observe that the base of this numerator is 3, while this one is what? Is 2. So I will take the reciprocal of these numbers. To take the reciprocal of this number, that means I'm going to have something like this. 2 to the power of X all over what? 3 to the power of X will become what? The reciprocal of this becomes what? 2. All right, 2 over 3. That's the reciprocal, right? All to the power of what? Negative 1. All to the power of what? Negative 1. So if that is the case here, I need to clean this place so you observe what we are doing here. So we can as well say that, okay, I have to clean this place. All right, so we can say that 2 to the power of X over 3 to the power of X is equal to what? 2 to the power of negative 1 all over 3 to the power of negative 1. That's power to power law. This power will multiply this one and multiply this one. And at this point now, we can see that 2 to the power of X is equal to 2 to the power of negative 1. 3 to the power of X is equal to 3 to the power of negative 1. So we say that X is equal to what? Minus 1. That is the first case where A over B is equal to 3 over 2. So case 2, where A over B is equal to 2 over 3. What happens? That is to say, we're going to have 2 raised to power X all over 3 raised to power X equal to what? 2 over 3. So in this case, we don't need to solve anything because this is same as this over 1. This raised to power 1, and this is same as this over raised to power 1. So in simplifying further or giving our answer, we say that X is equal to 1. For here, X is equal to what? 1. Yes, because this power can be equated because the base are the same thing with here. So we have two values of X in this equation. The first one is what? X equal to what? Negative 1, and the second one is equal to this. So we say therefore X is equal to what? Plus or minus 1. X equal to plus or minus 1. So that's the value of what? X. You can as well verify that. Check, substitute X equal to 1 in this equation, and then see if it's going to give us what? 7 all over 6. So that is our answer. Thanks for joining. See you in our next class. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video as well. Thanks. Bye for now.